Dr. Wood, author of the book Miracles Minutes, and today's video is on victim mentality. And first, let's not get too judgmental. That the victim mentality is an accurate state. People do feel like victims, and that's accurate and true. But what are they victims to? They're victims, they feel powerless and hopeless and helpless because they're not recognizing that they're victims to their own thoughts and feelings. Whatever their thoughts say, they identify with, and whatever their feelings say to do, they do. So they're kind of led around like a slave, and they're helpless to do anything about it because they haven't developed the awareness that what I think is not who I am, and what I feel is not who I am or what I have to do. So they're acting, no one helped them to understand this is childlike thinking, and in raising children that you don't act on every impulse that you have. Like I feel like stealing my sister's stuff or hitting them, that's impulsive, and then when they act upon it, then your life starts to have consequences, and the consequences aren't very good. So without creating the observer that, hey, did you know that you're not your body? Did you know that you're not your thoughts and feelings? And did you know that you're not what you have or do? You know, people have been so trained that who I am is what I have and what I do. Who are you? Well, I'm a doctor. That's what I do, but that's not who I am. Okay, that's just a subset of part of the way I express myself in the world, but it's not who I am. Now, this starts to sound complicated, but it's not. I'm a human being that's created uniquely and individually with gifts and talents inside. It could be the ability to speak, the ability to take complex things and make them simplistic. I could be charismatic. This is maybe part of who I am, and now part of who I am then expresses that in the world and does those things. I can explore almost anything and everything that I want as this who that has no real labels. Even if I say I'm a man or a 40-something-year-old man, this then becomes a label, which then you could live into a social norm or a meme of what that's supposed to be in Western culture in America. Again, you're labeled, you're limited in your expression and what you can do. So if you start removing all the labels, then you have unlimited potential and unlimited possibility. So the victim can't get out of the victim state until they start to recognize that they don't have to act on every thought and feeling. Right now, if they have a thought, they believe that's them, and it's their thought, and that's just the way it is. So they cannot reject thoughts. They just accept every thought that comes in their mind, and that's them. So they're a victim because they haven't realized their power of choice, that they don't have to be that. Now, without a goal, so they can't delineate that. So if you don't have a goal for yourself, or a goal for your life of who you want to be, could be, I want to be a loving, caring person. Okay, define that. Write that out. What does that look like? What does that sound like? How would that person talk? How would that person think? What thoughts would a loving person have? What thoughts would a caring person have? So this way, if you define that, and that's who you want to be, when a thought that comes in that says, that's not a loving thought, you then can reject the thought. When you have a feeling or an impulse that says, go hit someone, you can ask, is that what a caring person would do? You can then reject the impulse or the feeling. Without having the who you want to be, the ability to reject and discern a thought or a feeling, if it matches who you choose to be, is not available to you. So you're going to be a victim, and you're going to live the rest of your life that way until you understand this concept. Dr. Wood, have a great day.